I'd like to bring in Sam Crone. He's a student at Iowa State University in Ames.
Good morning, Mr. Yang, and thank you for being here today. I am a student pursuing a career in environmental science. If climate change continues at its current rate, there might not be much of an environment left for me to work on. How will you protect our environment to ensure that I have a reliable job when I graduate college?
For better or for worse, you're definitely going to have a job. I guarantee you that. Because there's so much work to be done in this direction. The last 4 years have been the 4 warmest years in recorded history, and July was the warmest month ever. So climate change at this point is accelerating, and we have to try and get in front of it. We have to also be realistic. So I proposed a 5-part plan to try and move us in the right direction. Number 1 is move us towards renewable sources of energy, wind and solar. So you have a carbon fee and dividend, but then you have to go to the rest of the world. The rest of the world's 85% of emissions. And right now, in Africa, they are burning coal. They're burning coal because it's cheap and it's dirty. So if we want them to move off of coal, then we have to go to those societies and say, we have a better form of energy for you and it's cheaper. We're gonna have to subsidize it. We're gonna have to invest in it. They're just gonna do whatever the lowest cost option is. The third thing I would do is invest billions of dollars in making our communities more resilient before the fact. You all saw the floods last summer here in the Midwest, so this is not a coastal phenomenon alone. And it's much more expensive to rebuild after the fact than to try and make our communities safer and more resilient from the get-go. You can actually save a lot of money if you invest ahead of time. That's not the way America operates today. America just reacts. Like, after you destroy my town, then I guess we'll rebuild. We have to make the town safer in the beginning. We have to try and move our people to higher ground, both literally and figuratively. So this would be, and for anyone, this is very dramatic, but we actually already moved people in Louisiana whose town was going underwater to another part of the country. So this is already going on. If you had $1,000 a month, it would also help make everyone safer from climate change, because then if there is a disaster, you have a car to get into, you have some place to go. And I would have a constitutional amendment saying that it's a responsible. There's a proverb that the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now. That's what it is with climate change. We should have done it 20 years ago, but as president, I'm going to do it right now.
Let's get this bread, freedom dividend. Are all y'all paying attention? Automation gonna sweep the nation unless we get him in. Andrew Yang, 2020 freedom dividend. Climate change is real again. Science rules. Teachers bringing home some bread. Medicare for every citizen. That's nice. Andrew Yang, 2020 freedom dividend.